John Hopperstad. And John, some really tough driving conditions in Whatcom County this morning. You had to help one driver out.
The last couple of minutes, there was a guy parked here in the snow drifts. He shoveled his way out, but then when he tried to drive out of here, he started spinning his wheel. He's got two-wheel drive, and that's just not going to work here. If you've got front-wheel drive, it's not going to cut it in these kinds of conditions unless you have all-wheel drive, and even then, it's tricky, as we've seen this morning. A lot of snow coming down here in the last couple of minutes, though. It has kind of let up here in Linden with the snowfall, but the wind and the extremely cold temperatures, those continue. In fact, take a look at the American flag blowing here in downtown Linden, and you can see, get an idea of some of the winds we're dealing with here, 20 to 30 miles per hour. It's about 11 degrees, but with this wind chill factor, it's well below zero, more like negative 11. And again, talking about that wind blowing the snow around. So even when they plow these roads, the snow keeps coming back over them because of the snow drifts. You can see this car here, this Kia, is completely buried in here. They parked overnight, and they're going to have a tough time getting out of here unless they get that shovel out and spend a lot of time out here. That's not something you want to do. However, we have seen a lot of people out here shoveling, especially business owners who say they're not going to let this kind of storm keep them from being open for business.
There's a lot of snow. It was a little rough getting into here today, but we're trugging along and keeping it going. Here in Linden, we just weather through and we get our stores and our businesses open and help out the community.
Yeah, they weather through all of this, but can people actually get to their businesses? We saw several cars this morning, especially early this morning in the Bellingham area, that could not move, getting stuck, spinning their tires. Again, you mentioned we helped a couple of them out, pushed them so they could go on their way. Not sure if they got stuck once again, though, because the snow was just coming down so fast and furious early this morning in Bellingham there. It was stacking up, and a lot of people were slipping and sliding around that area. Now we're here in Linden, kind of the same situation here, but it got even worse as you pulled into this town with this wind and these extremely cold temperatures out here. The good news in the last couple of minutes, though, the snow is finally starting to let up. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
John, it looks so cold up there, and we've sent you to a whole bunch of cold locations over the years. With this wind, I mean, for you, I know you're kind of a unique guy when it comes to cold temperatures. You can handle a lot. How cold really is it up there?
You know, Brian, I was just telling my photographer Dante here that the only two times I've really felt cold in Washington over the last 10 years was right here in lovely Linden. The first time last year, I believe, for just a really bad windstorm up here. But again, the temps dropping below zero. And then today, I feel cold, and that doesn't usually happen, even when I go to the passes. But here in Linden, yeah, it's frigid.
Okay, John doesn't even own a pair of gloves. He just sticks his hand in his pocket. If he sticks his hand in his pocket, you know that it's cold.
Chilly.
You know it's cold for sure. Thank you so much, John, and thanks for helping people out. You're lucky if you run into John Hopperstad out there and your car's stuck, because he'll always help you out.